lack of quality of that product or the deceptiveness of that product. So our liver antioxidant extracts tells you everything you need to know about the quality of the ingredients you're getting, because it gives you full disclosure of the standardization of the 3 critical botanical ingredients. Enjoy.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. My name is Michelle Yarn. Happy Monday night to you. I hope you're ready to have some rare treasures sent right to your doorstep, because we have 2 hours of coin collector together. You know what that means. Mike Mizak is in the house, resident numismatist. Good to see you, Mike.
Good to be here.
Hey, thank you for coming for this last-minute show. Yeah. Due to the popularity of a lot of these sets, the rarity of a lot of these sets, the limited quantity of a lot of these sets, we called Mike back in. He said, fine, I'll be there. And we're so glad that you are.
Well, and it was so hard to put this together.
Yeah.
I mean, the story is they're ending the penny.
Yes, so this hour, that's where we're gonna focus.
This hour is gonna be almost all pennies, some new stuff. Yep. It's gonna be a lot of, you know, like here's Mint State 66 last.
Yes, coming up.
The last penny made by the United States Mint State, and you have it in Mint State 66. I mean, we had this 2 weeks ago, and in 7 minutes, I sold 500 sets. Okay,
so safe to say, we'll be in some final quantity stories. This is all that we have right now is 500
and
total.
I graded like 50,000 of each pennies, and I have another 500.
Holy moly. Okay, so that's coming up. Also coming up, huge set here. I mean, and we're down to the final. We've got about 1,000 of these left, but you're getting
this is brand
40
new.
Coins.
This is brand new.
Oh, wow.
See, what happens is they change the Lincoln cent basically every 50 years. And in 2010, they started the Shield cent. This is every single one of the uncirculated Shield cents, the last of the Lincoln cents, the last design. Every Philadelphia Mint, every Denver Mint, gem brilliant uncirculated in their own individual airtight holders in the 2 custom boxes.
Wow.
You get both custom boxes. Absolutely spectacular.
Probably more important now than ever, as you may have seen in the news. The penny is going away for good, likely end of this year, early next year.
Yeah,
so
the
that's
way
why
it's
we wanted to
looking
feature
now,
that.
yeah, the way it's looking now, I would say late this year.
Okay, all right, so stick around because that's coming up. We are gonna start things out though with a really fun collectible. For anybody who is a music lover, anybody who loves the cultural icon, that is John Lennon, check this out. We have got for you the 2025 Royal Mint John Lennon Icon of Peace coin in this really cool collectible packaging as well. Tells a story. Great gift idea too.
So many times we do this, you know, we kind of break down and say, you know, this is this person, this is what they did. If you don't know who John Lennon is, I can't help you. Yeah, I just can't help you. This is John Lennon, it's official coin. And here's the thing that makes this kind of cool, collectible, really, really desirable is this. There's, I don't know, 1 million John Lennon collectibles. That's just the fact of it.
That's true.
There's a coin. Okay, now there's like metal things and medallions, but this is actually a legal tender coin made by the Royal Mint.
Good point.
That is a huge deal. So now this is iconic. So in the United States, history of the United States, I mean, we have probably 50 people in the history of the United States, 100 people in the history of the United States that have been honored on a coin. Okay?
Yes.
With that. I mean, it's just, for us, it's like, you know, John F. Kennedy, Benjamin Franklin, Lincoln, I mean, on coins. Now, we have medallions and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But in literal coins, there's very, very, very few people that have been commemorated on it. Same thing with England.
Look at how
Because understand, on one side, you have to have the king or the queen. You have to have the monarch. So there's Charles, right? So there's King Charles, and then on the other side you have John Lennon.
Wow.
And if you look, and if you look at that photo, or you know, the engraved part of that you have, that is from a very famous photo right there of John Lennon in New York City.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if you look at that, that's the image that they've used.
Isn't that cool?
And then of course it comes in the card that you have right here.
And this is the way it will come to you.
This is the way it comes to you right here. Well, sealed. It'll be yours will be sealed. So we took this out so you could take a look at it.
Really neat. And I love that you bring us these. We get these really cool pieces. And
well, we have get this from England.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. I look at this price point and I'm thinking, even just to get it here and then to get it to you at home, you get this really cool collectible. To your point, the rarity of this as a memorabilia item that is an actual legal tender. That makes this super, super cool and fun to gift to anybody. That's how I got my name, Michelle. The Beatles song was on when I was born. My parents are in the hospital. Like, everybody has a story.
The Beatles are the Beatles. John Lennon is John Lennon.
Yes,
I mean, you know.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think it's really fun to be able to bring this to you.
Culturally ubiquitous is really what it comes down to from particularly that period of time and going on. And then to be honored, well, it's enough to be honored on a coin as opposed to just a medallion. Now, there's, like I said, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of John Lennon collectibles of various things out there, if you will.
Yeah.
But for to be on a coin like this made by the Royal Mint, you know, so the official, I mean, they've been making coins for about 1,100 years in England. So, you know, to be able to do that, it's quite the honor. And of course, you know, these are very, 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 very popular. It's very difficult for us to get any quantities. Anytime I have enough of these, I get enough from, you know, over the pond there.
Yeah.
You know, 200, 300, 400 at a time go.
I imagine they flew pretty quickly over there when they came
well,
out.
we've probably sold the better part of 1,000 or 1,200 of these since they came in, and are getting harder and harder and harder to get.
I believe
and of course,
it.
then that becomes a price issue as well.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to, you know, give away too much, but just to show you the storytelling that comes with the packaging is just as cool as the actual coin itself. If you would love to pick this up, think about this too. This could be the way that you introduce someone to coin collecting. This could be someone who has zero interest in collecting coins, but is a huge John Lennon fan. This is something you're going to want to grab as well. $13 and change is the flex payment.
It's not something that they are likely to have.
Yeah, correct. What do you give that person that has everything?
Right.
This would be a perfect opportunity. So if you love it and you'd like to get it, you can head to hsn.com. You can scan that QR code. You can give us a call. The item number is 907315, and you'll get to scoop that up and add it to your collection. Just a fun little 5-minute special for you. For those that we have left, anybody who wants to grab it, this is your opportunity. But as we mentioned at the top of the show, we do want to talk about the story of the penny, maybe your last chances to collect here. Mike has worked very, very hard to bring us some really good opportunities here to get these. And these are the uncirculated, 2025 uncirculated Lincoln Shield cents. So you're gonna get 50 coins per roll, one each from Philadelphia and Denver mints. But Mike, what is the significance of this and why now?
This is this is massive. So we do, you know, I've been doing coins here for a long time, and you know, we have a team that puts together coins. This has been as difficult as anything I have to put together to be able to find these. Because it was, about 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, the United States Mint announced that they have purchased their last order of penny blanks.
All over the news.
So, you know, to make pennies on. When that order is done, I'm anticipating late this year.
Okay.
That's it, not just for the Lincoln cent, but for the penny.
In general.
The denomination, there is no more cents. Technically, pennies are English and cents are American.
Oh, okay.
But we call them pennies colloquially here, and so we're going to continue to do that. And so this is the last of the Lincoln cents. And many people have said, so, you know, we had some of these, I think we put some on hsn.com, sold a couple hundred rolls just like that.
Because people are searching online, whether they watch us or not.
And you can't find them. Here's what the problem is. People say, well, I'll just go to my bank. You go to your bank, you won't find them at your bank.
Okay.
I've been to my bank basically every day since the beginning of the year. I've gotten 0, 20, 25 pennies. They are scooped up long before they get to the bank.
Because people want to have the last
That's
year.
right. That's what happens. So the armored car companies and all these guys that deliver the pennies, they give them old brown pennies, you know, that have been around, and everybody's keeping these. They bankroll these pennies. They sell for massive premiums. I've seen just the Denver minted rolls. That's the little tougher roll right there, selling for as much as $50. So these are bank wrapped rolls. As you can see right here, Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint. And here in just a second, if you want multiples, by the way, I'm going to give you 3 for $100 over here. Will be our next item. I just want to let you know. These are, and I'm assuming we're extraordinarily busy as you're going to get these gem brilliant uncirculated, the last of the Lincoln cent. And I keep saying the last of the Lincoln cent. It's the last of the cent. Understand, the United States Mint has made cents since 1794 unabated. Basically every single year from 1794 until now.
When's the last time we discontinued
a denomination? 1889.
Oh my God.
In 1889, we ended the 3-cent nickel, the $1 gold coin, and the $3 gold coin in 1889.
Wow.
That's the last time we ended a denomination. There will be no more cents. There will be no more pennies. There will be no more Lincolns. If this was just a design change, these would fly out the door.
Sure.
But now you have the opportunity. People say, well, they're going to make a fair amount of pennies, and they absolutely are. But understand, you know, if you buy one roll of each, that's 100 coins.
Yeah. Yeah.
If every American just bought one roll of each, which everybody probably wants,
Yeah.
now you're talking about 30 billion. There's not 30 billion coins.
Wow.
There's not enough for everybody to have a roll. There's not enough for one person in 100, basically, to have a roll or to have 3 rolls of each. I've seen individual coins selling out there in the marketplace. Just, you know, 1P, 1D, $3.99.
Wow.
That's kind of the standard price, $2 a coin.
Sure.
So now you're looking at a $200 value here. Now you're looking at a $200 value, coin by coin, just to get the rolls right here. And so at $39.95, and the big deal is you get both the Philadelphia and the Denver.
Okay.
Now I've told you, you know, so we put together lots of coins. It has been an absolute nightmare. And so what happens is we buy from people and we try to get the bank boxes, okay?
Yeah.
There are 50 rolls in a box,
Okay.
okay? And so they come in. Well, about 1/3 of the boxes even that we're getting, they're supposed to be gem brilliant, they're mixed,
Yeah.
okay? They're not original rolls.
So you got to do some quality control
So we have to do a lot of quality control to make sure you get one full roll of each one. 50 coins, gem brilliant uncirculated from the Philadelphia Mint, 50 coins, and these are 2025s.
We are getting very busy.
It's
My
crazy.
producer just told me these are flying right now. Wow. I mean, now you're making me want to get online. I left my cell phone at my desk. We only had the final, I think, about 1,000 of these left in this quantity. We've got a couple more options coming up for you in just a moment if you're looking for more.
I'm going to have a 3. So we're just going to give you about another 3 minutes.
Okay.
You'll still have this available at HSN.com.
Yes.
But this is where everybody's going to go.
Okay.
3 rolls of each for $100.
Wow.
So we're down to $33 a roll pair.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, everybody wants singles. We probably already sold 200, 300, 400, 500 of these pairs, okay?
Yep, you're not wrong.
Okay, yeah, because everybody's doing it. But they just told me that people are buying multiples.
Yep.
I just want to warn you that we're going to have the multiples, and you can save a little bit on the multiples right there. So I just want to give you that heads up.
How long have you been doing this, Mike?
50 years.
If you've been doing this 50 years and you're having trouble getting the quantity, what does that mean for the rest of us out there?
And here's what it is. I can get, in essence, plenty of coins.
Sure.
As long as I'm willing to pay $25 a roll.
Yeah.
I can't do that and charge you $39.95 for the pair or $33 for the pair.
Okay.
Okay. Not only do I have to make sure that they're quality coins, that they're original bank wrapped and they are what they say they are, but I have to get them at a price. And the problem is, as more and more people find out, as it gets more and more in the news, and every time you turn, it's everywhere that they're ending the penny. People say they're not ending the penny. They're not. I have a host here that will remain nameless.
Okay.
That we have a $50 bet that they're not ending the penny.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me know how that turns out.
She couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I mean, it's ubiquitous. Everybody take a penny, leave a penny, do all that.
Sure.
It's gone. So what happened is people said, well, President Trump signed the executive order ending the penny. They said, well, he technically can't do that.
Okay.
Congress has to do that. Congress did that.
Okay.
There was a bipartisan bill came through. It's going to pass 100-0, ending the penny. So now what you have is everybody scrambling, and just pennies in general are selling for massive premiums out there.
Wild.
For just pennies. But the 2025, and that's what this is going to be the special coin. This is going to be the special coin. And remember, you get 50 of each coin in original bank-wrapped rolls. Look at these right here. Gem Brilliant uncirculated. Every single solitary coin is going to be in there. And like I said, we put the nice stickers on there that says, here's the Philadelphia Mint, here's the Denver Mint, that you're going to have that. So you can put those away.
I'm just curious.
Yes.
You said the last time any,
denomination
money
ended.
denomination was ended was 1889.
Correct.
let's say I had one of those coins.
Well, let's say you had
today,
a roll of
one
those.
Of these
if you
today.
had a roll of those in brilliant uncirculated
Sure.
condition, it'd be worth $15,000. Okay.
Okay.
It'd be worth $50,000 each roll.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's amazing.
$50,000. So this is crazy busy.
Yeah, certainly
Okay.
some cultural significance here, historic significance. We are very busy, to Mike's point. I will recommend, if you don't want to wait on hold, grab that cell phone, open the camera, even your iPad, and aim it at that QR code, the black and white square on the bottom. It'll take you directly to this item, and you can check out online.
Now,
We're
you
gonna
think this
stick
was
with
busy.
This. Yeah, let's.
This is going to get crazy.
So now we're going from 1 roll each to 3 rolls each of the 2025 uncirculated.
And we're going to take it down to $99.
Okay.
So
wow.
you're down to
okay.
$33.33 per roll pair. Okay,
Man.
per roll pair.
Okay.
First of all, I don't know where you can get them that look this nice, that are guaranteed Gem Brilliant Uncirculated, guaranteed bag wrapped rolls, you know, with the specialty, with our specialty stickers and everything on there. 3 rolls. So now you're talking about 300 coins.
Well,
150 Denvers, 150 Philadelphias.
We have fewer than 500. I just want to put that out
These
there
are going
now.
to completely sell out.
So just so you know now, we're going to share this backstory on this and the significance of this, but we will be counting down pretty shortly here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and these will sell out.
Okay.
We have 300 of these is what it says in the system. We have 300.
I don't know. You're going to check fewer than 500. So
Fewer than
somewhere
500.
under
Okay.
there. Yeah,
See,
we'll
we
have to
started
check.
at 500.
When it moves quick, it's
We're
hard
down to 488. So it's
Yeah.
12, and we just started selling this.
Yes.
So just to put this into perspective in terms of the difficulty of getting these.
Okay.
So 500 of those, excuse me, you're looking at that, is the better part of a half a ton of pennies.
Man.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what we're selling is literally, so these are heavy. So here's this, so you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that, you know, it is 100 Lincoln cents.
Man.
This is 300 Lincoln cents. So everybody was buying the roll pairs at $39.95, but the 3 for 100,
Man.
that's where everybody's going to go, because you have 3, you know, you have 3 kids, you have 3, or you know, 2 kids and a grandchild, or whatever it is.
Yes.
So you want to put these away, and you think they're hard to get now. Wait as the United States Mint makes the final determination, and they say, that's it, there are no more. So you're way ahead of the game right now.
Good to secure it now.
Yeah.
You could even do the flex payment, $33 and change.
There you
We
go.
send it to you immediately. So you've secured it, it's yours, and you don't have to worry about that. Those are interest-free monthly payments.
Yeah. And so, remember, these are the 2025. So these are going to be the last pennies, the last cents ever made by the United States Mint.
Wow.
So you are part of a history that is ending after 250 years, basically.
Wow.
The better part of it, not quite. 1794. 1794 was, 1794 was when they made the first Lincoln cent, or the first penny. They made, and of course back then they're called large pennies. They were massive.
Really?
It was worth so much they made half pennies. Okay, because a penny was so much money. Well, now, like I said, it's become to some degree an afterthought, but now it's at the forefront of everybody's mind right now, because they're ending it.
Yeah.
This is one of those things. So I have been a coin dealer my entire life, 50 years basically. This is probably one of the top 3 most significant things that the United States Mint has ever done.
You hear
This
that,
has
right?
got to
at
be
home?
top 3 when you're ending a denomination of this type of popularity, and all of a sudden people, just as an afterthought, well, I'll go down to the bank and get some. You can't get some.
can't,
And
yeah.
you go to the bank and you can't get some, and you can't get some, and you can't get some, and then all of a sudden that starts building. Okay, and that has started building. So I was able to get these, you know, if the price goes up anymore, then I'm going to have to be $49.95. I'm going to have to be 3 for 150.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
we've got, how many do we have left now at this point? And just in that last minute or so, 320 left.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
truly.
Oh, so this is
they're
absolutely
going.
screaming
This
out
is
of
going to be
here.
your last look at this. And if you're
well,
just
and here's the
joining
thing.
us.
We'll get more.
Yes,
okay?
yes. It's the price point, though.
That's the key.
And how many you can secure and whether that's guaranteed. This is why it's a good opportunity right now. And if you are just joining us, Mike, what is the significance here? Why is everybody talking about pennies?
They're stopping it.
This is it.
They're stopping. Understand, they're ending the 1 cent denomination. what are all the cash registers going to do with that?
Yeah, this is going to be...
You know, and all of a sudden, so
weird.
Things won't be $12.99 anymore.
It's going to have to be like
$12.95.
in 5-cent increments.
That has to be 5
Right.
cents. Well, here's the thing.
Oh, weird.
I think within a year, 2 years, we're going to end the nickel.
You think?
Well, here's why. So the reason we ended the penny, and I've been advocating for it for 15 years. It costs about 4 cents to make a penny. It's insane.
To make a what?
Now, but you ready for this?
Okay.
It costs 15 cents to make a nickel.
Holy cow.
It costs 15. Now, the dime is the first one we get to that costs less than what the face value is.
Wow.
Okay, so eventually we're going to end the nickel too, but for now, the first step is right here at the Lincoln Cents, and 3 for $100 is a spectacular deal.
And that's significant because it's this year, they're uncirculated.
It's
so you're
the
getting
very last year, the very last coin, the
Okay.
very last penny, and they made the mint state coins. Well, to put it, so the little coins that are in the proof sets, the little S mint coins,
Sure.
they're like $30 a piece. That's raw. I've got some here coming up here in a minute, okay? Coming up here in a minute, that are perfect proof 70. They're like $100. I have 100 of them. I will sell them in 3 minutes.
That's it.
If I'm not sold,
mean,
and I can't get any more.
Even here, we're down to 2 minutes or sell out, and then we have to move on.
It's going to be crazy on these. Oh, like I said, we had 500 roll pairs, roll trios.
Wow.
How many left? 200.
Let's see. Let's check. Okay, 200.
So
there you go.
people are buying the triples in multiples.
Yeah. And it's a better value if you were looking for more than one set, because we just featured the pair earlier, and that was $40. This is 3 of those for $99. So
now
it's
understand,
you
get 6 rolls for $99.
Total.
3 roll pairs.
Wow.
So you get the P and the D. Now you might, even if you go to your bank, and let's say 1 out of 50 times, let's say you found some pennies.
Okay.
You're either going to get D's or P's. You're not going to get both.
Right.
It depends on where you are. If you're west of the Mississippi, you're likely to get D's. If you're east of the Mississippi, you're likely to get P's.
And these are starting to sell for very expensive, just one little roll.
Oh, it's crazy. I've seen the D rolls at $50. People trying to get $50 for those. And here's the thing. If you go to your bank and you get them, you hang on to those and just, you've done great, but you're not going to do it. I've been to my bank 50 times this year.
They're like, Mike, not again.
Okay, yeah. They're like pennies. They go, no. How many times do we have to say no? And I said, well, it's market research.
See you next week.
That's right. See you next week. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. The bank's on my way to the grocery store.
That's so funny. All right, you got to grab this, you guys, if you want it. We are counting backwards at this point. Limited quantity. You're getting 6 rolls in total. 3 2-roll pairs.
It took me 2.5 weeks to get the 500.
And 2.5 minutes to sell it out.
And 2.5 minutes to sell it out.
Well,
now,
I'm
once these will sell out, we still have some of the $39.95s. Okay. We still have some of the single roll pairs. So we'll give you that item number at the end. And then we're going to go into some stuff that you want anyway. So this is 100% going to sell out. So those roll pairs are going to 100% sell out. The roll trios. 3 Denver mints, 3 Philadelphia mints. The last cent, these are 2025s, gem brilliant uncirculated, bank wrapped rolls. These are absolutely, positively spectacular. We had 500 deals. So when you look at that, that's 3,000 rolls of pennies.
Yeah.
That's actually almost, between these and these, it's a ton. A literal ton.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, it's a ton of pennies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 2,000 pounds of pennies. And that's what's happening, and that's what's going out the door, and that's what people are doing right now. And like I said, they're not out there in circulation. They don't even get to the banks. They're getting pulled before they get to the banks, is what's happening. Because generally speaking, what happens is the Fed releases them to like armored car companies and that kind of stuff, and then they roll them and take them to the bank.
It's hard to find. Okay, we sold out. Congratulations if you grabbed yours. To Mike's point, though, we do have this set, which is 1 roll each of the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint. If you want to grab that, final quantities there, too.
If you got caught short on these, we may have 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 that we will load tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Check
if you can work it out.
Well, as they come in.
Yeah.
You know, as they come in, we'll load them instantly into hsn.com. So please pay attention. And I do have the single roll pairs if you just want 1 roll of each. This is obviously for grandkids and so
I will tell you, coin shows are very unique. They're literally changing as the day goes on.
And my price could go up next time you see it.
Yeah, I never even prep until right before I come out here because it's such a fluid, moving situation. So let's move on. We're gonna, again, stick with the 2025, but these are NGC 66 P and D mint Lincoln scent
See where it
set
says
of
RD on there?
Yes.
That means red.
Okay.
Pennies come two ways, red and brown.
Oh.
Okay, and they're different prices.
Oh, look
the
at
red
that.
is worth more money than the brown. Okay?
This is a beautiful
red,
shot.
So
See that up close?
Yeah.
And this is how they come to you, and then you get the collector's pouch as well.
Yeah, you get the collector's
Yeah,
pouch. So
okay.
here's what happened. So we sent in hundreds of thousands of pennies to NGC.
Okay.
And had them certified. Because if you're going to want them in rolls, then you want the highest grade you can afford.
Okay.
Is what we're looking at, right? The highest grade you can afford. And you know, like in Silver Eagles, we sell Mint State 70s. There's no Mint State 70 pennies.
Okay.
There's no Mint State 69s.
Okay.
The Mint State 68s that I've seen in NGC sell for about $1,000 a piece.
Wow.
Mint State 67s, and I have a few Mint State 67 pairs I'll show you after. In the marketplace, if you go out there, you're going to find them anywhere between about $500 and $700 a pair.
Wow.
I'm going to have some Mint State 67s at $199.
Okay.
These I've seen at crazy prices out there. I had 500 pairs. Now, you have to understand, for us to be able to do this, and we're $79.95, that's for the pair. You get both coins, by the way.
Okay.
So you have to understand the grading fee is like $25.
So even
so
just
if
that for 2 coins.
So, and understand, they're going to charge you. So if you send them 100 of each to try to get a Mint State 66, they're going to charge you to grade every single one of those pennies. And you're going to have to do the 65s and the 64s. So I just graded, well, before we came in, sent in to NGC 500 Philadelphia minted pennies just to see.
Okay.
Out of those 500, I got 28 66s. The rest were 65s or below.
Okay. So this is like.
So understand what you're getting is this is kind of rarefied air. So out of this, there's not going to be millions and tens of millions and there's going to be hundreds of millions of those pennies. But when they go 300 at a time, you know what I'm saying? There's not enough to go around.
So here,
well,
the work's been done. It's all
so it's
certified.
like those old things where you're kind of panning for gold and what's left. That's what these are, the Mint State 66s and the Mint State 67s. I have like, so far, we've graded, I don't know, 250,000 pennies, something like that. I have 3 Mint State 68s.
Man.
No 69s, no 70s. The 68s are like $1,000 a coin.
What makes them so rare? Like,
well,
what is it?
Have you ever seen them make pennies? They probably haven't.
No.
So if you go to let's say, the Philadelphia Mint or the Denver Mint, when they make pennies, it's, because they make so many, it's like a penny machine gun.
Okay.
As they mint them, they literally shoot them out into big, huge bins. They're called ballistic bags,
Wow.
that are full of these pennies. Now, here's the second thing. When they do remember they talked about the planchets and the blanks?
Yep.
Now, for Silver Eagles and collector coins, they take a lot of care with those blanks. They don't care.
Poor
they
penny.
just get them.
Nobody's appreciating the penny.
Nobody's appreciating. So they have dots and all kinds of things on them. There's rust spots. There's all kinds of things.
Right.
Well, by the way, there's no copper in this. This is manganese zinc. I think there actually might be layered in copper. And so between the banging together and everything else, high-grade Lincolns, high-grade Mint State coins of any kind are very hard to get.
Okay.
Are very hard to get. Pennies particularly red pennies that you have like this as well. And so now I've got the very last Lincoln cents. You get a Philadelphia Mint and a Denver. You get both coins, by the way. Oops, get that off there. You get both coins. You get both the Philadelphia and the Denver for the $79.95.
Perfect.
I've seen these out here, $99.95, $129.95. They are difficult to get. You get both coins, both Philadelphia and Denver. Now, the San Francisco, those do come in 70s because they come out of proof sets. And I have those here shortly. They're going to be like $100.
Okay.
We will sell those out instantly because you have to get a proof set. And I'll go through the whole proof set thing here in just a minute.
Okay.
But this is just, in terms of this is just spectacular. So I had 500 of these the other day. And we sold every single solitary one of them in like 7 or 8 minutes.
That's
all 500.
wild.
We barely got in to be able to get 500 for this show. Because you have to understand the volume of pennies that is required to get to Mint State 66 or Mint State 67. Okay, and I have the Mint State 67s coming out here in just a minute.
And to have that work already done for you, the money already spent, to have them graded, to have them come to you encapsulated like this, you'll also get the collector's pouch. I mean, you get everything as beautifully done as it possibly can be, and it's sent right to your door. And this is why, part of the reason why they've been so popular. So yeah. I would say if you want these, don't wait. I know you've got another show coming up in just a couple of days, right?
25th, 26th.
Okay, so
10 days.
We have some time in between, but people have been shopping online. A lot of people who don't even shop with us at HSN per se, but people who know and have seen pennies in the news, they know what's happening and they're going online. HSN has been working very closely with Mike for the better part of, 30 years here at HSN. Yep. To be able to bring you these, and this is what's happening. They're starting to fly out of here, even for those of us who aren't HSN shoppers. So you've got to get it while you can. And
that's what happens with something like this. They're very, very difficult to get. What are we down to? Probably about 300 pairs, something like that?
Yeah, a couple hundred to go around for everybody.
Already going out here, many people buying multiples on these. I think I kind of let the cat out of the bag saying there were some 67s coming up next. They're much, much rarer. Yeah. I've not aired the 67s yet.
Okay, that'll be a treat.
And that's going to be, when we get to those, that'll be crazy. Yeah. This is at $79.95, incredibly affordable. Just the certification. So let's say you sorted through 1,000 pennies. Okay. And you found what you thought were the two best pennies that you could come up with, and you sent them into NGC, okay, you're going to be more than $79 into that. Wow. Between shipping, handling, grading, and it's going to take you 2 to 3 months to get those
And they
back.
May or may not be
67.
66.
That's right. 66, 67, they could be 65, 64s. They could say, oh, did you miss this little spot on them? Okay. And you may have. Okay, so it's incredibly, incredibly difficult to be able to get these coins that are nice enough to be certified. So like I said, how about Mint State 70s? In Mint State, no Mint State 70s. Yeah. Okay, no Mint State 69s. Okay, Mint State 68s, $1,000 per coin.
That's wild.
I have no Denver mints. I had like 3 Philadelphia mints. Okay. No Denver mints, okay, in Mint State 68. So, Mint State 68. There's no 69s. There's no 70s. There will end up being one penny that'll come back 69. And it's like, for someone like a dealer like me, that's like winning the lottery. Yeah. Because that coin will end up going for 100,000 probably. That's maybe wild. A little bit more. That's wild. For those. Yeah. So to be able to get these, not just the coins, but to get them an exceedingly high grade, exceedingly high grade.
Because of how busy we are right now, we're going to take a quick break, let you get the orders in. I will tell you, when we come back, the elusive 67 is coming up next. We've got a handful of them, so we'll be back right after this.
Daydreaming of a standout summer style moment? Bask in all the beauty and style you crave during our Sunday Best Beauty and Style event. Shop the summer trends your way with new arrivals and styled top picks for every daycation, vacation, and staycation. Plus, fill your beauty bag to bursting with deals you won't want to miss. We're destined to get you gorgeous and make you feel amazing because you are. Starting Tuesday on HSN or on hsn.com.
Be the first to know when your favorite brands and celebrities will be on HSN. Sign up for When to Watch emails and we'll let you know when they'll be live on air. Simply go to your HSN account to update your communication preferences and select your favorite brands. Or sign up directly at the bottom of a product page. You'll receive email notification every time your favorite brands will be live on HSN. Customize your shopping experience with When to Watch emails today.
It's got to be the best deal we have ever offered.
Shop today's hottest deals all in one place on HSN's free TV streaming service, QVC Plus and HSN Plus.
This is where it gets very exciting.
Score savings from QVC, HSN, and beyond, and get that thing you need at the price you want.
Wait till you see what you're saving.
Your wallet will thank you. It's all on QVC Plus and HSN Plus. Download the free TV app to start streaming now.
Is here, and we have had a very busy first 30 minutes of this show. Already some
Crazy.
sellouts. Like, it's the story of the penny is what we're kind of focusing on here right now, and the fact that they are going away, and this is the last year you're going to see them. Not only that, we are now going to bring you the Mint State 67 Philadelphia and Denver mints here, and these are individually encapsulated with the Lincoln label in a pouch as well. Look at how beautiful. I was just saying, these are like jewelry. I mean, gorgeous. And you get both of them. Wow, both of them for $199.
Both for $199, because you need a Philadelphia and a Denver.
I have 500 available.
Now,
okay.
I have graded, these are all that I have.
Okay, so this is not like
This is all. I've graded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of, I've been able to get 500 pairs.
Okay.
Now, here's the crazy part. There are going to be on this, and it's not always the case, but on this one, there will be dealers shopping for this. And here's why. Go out there and look in the marketplace. I think $500 is the lowest price you can find on a Mint State 67 NGC pair.
Wow.
I am breaking the code, if you will, by doing these at $199.95.
I mean, how are you able to do that for us?
Because we graded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands. So most people, they grade 1,000 of each.
Okay.
And they end up with 1 or 2 of these pairs, okay? And so because of that, they have to get maximum money for those.
Got it.
Because they had all the other grading things going on. But the fact is we graded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands to be able to get my 500 pairs. Man. And so what happens is, this is the highest graded pair. So of all those coins I graded, Mint State 68 pairs, I can offer 0.
Wow.
I had 3 P mints and 0 D mints.
Wow. 3
P mints, 0 D mints in Mint State 68. And if I did the Mint State 68 pairs, I would be $2,000. On the Mint, there's no Mint State 69s, there's no Mint State 70s. So this is basically the highest graded set of these, of the Lincoln since the very last penny made by the United States Mint. This is the highest. And if you go into prior years, I mean, there's not even the last. Mint State 67 pairs are $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 without the significance of the very last Lincoln. Like I said, we are actually changing the paradigm of what these coins are going to sell for. Is ultimately what it comes down to. And so at $199 for a pair, it is by far and away the lowest price you're going to find in the marketplace NGC, particularly now add in the Lincoln label, add in their Mint State 67, red coins. And I know it seems like, well, you know, 500, how rare are they? Well, I graded literally 500,000 pennies to get 500
we are
pairs.
Very, very busy.
Oh, these are crazy.
If my producer is telling me we're busy, that means I need to let you know, okay? There are just about 400 left now.
I think I'll sell all 500. I don't know when or if I'll be able to get these back, and I don't know if I'll be able to hold that price.
Okay, so if you want to secure yours, you need to be ordering. You can use FlexPay for that, $66.66. We will send it to you immediately so that you can lock yours down. Those are interest-free monthly payments. If you're considering it, I don't want you to miss out. What happens is when Mike tells me that this is a coin that dealers are interested in, especially because he has the best price, they're not buying just one set. They're gonna buy a couple, if not
10,
multitudes,
20.
Yes.
Because
and this
here's
is
what's
normal.
happening. If you're a collector, let's say you collect sport cards or whatever it is, you're familiar with what they call comps.
Okay.
That's the comparable pricing of what a similar product is sold. What's the comps? And so, you know, dealers like to pay, let's say, 80% of comps because they try to sell it for the comp, the comparable value. That's the normal thing, whether it be sports cards, coins, whatever it is. The comps on this coin are about $450. Okay, so as a dealer, you're getting to buy it at 35% of comps.
That means you can make more.
That means you can make more.
Yeah.
And the only reason I have them is I have graded more of these than anybody else on the planet. As a matter of fact, everybody else on the planet put together. Okay, at NGC. PCGS is grading these as well. We'll have some PCGS coins eventually. Just harder to get the pennies to California. PCGS in California, NGC's in Florida.
Yeah,
so it's a little easier for me to get the coins to NGC. And they're great, and I love the NGC holders. I love, you know, there's only 4 recognized grading companies. We have NGC, PCGS, NX, and ICG. If it's not one of those, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. And so NGC, and NGC grades more coins than anybody else. I don't know if they're the most, I guess that would make them the most popular simply by volume.
Sure.
But I mean, you know, they've all been grading about the same amount of time.
But to be able to bring us, we started with 517 pairs of these Mint State 67. How
it was
many
actually
did
500. The 17 is that funny HSN math.
Oh.
Okay.
I've been here too long
and
then,
it's
Mike.
500.
Okay, so
it's
then
not 500.
how
and the
many
reason I
did
say
you
that-
have to grade then to be able to
hundreds
bring
of
us
thousands
500?
of coins. Hundreds of thousands of coins.
There's no way that any of us would be able to do that
No,
on our own.
you could not do these on your own,
Yeah.
okay, and get in them for 100. That's why they're $4.99, $5.99 out there in the marketplace, because
Okay.
what you'd have to do is you'd have to send in 1,000 of each, okay? And if you're lucky, out of that 1,000, you're going to get a pair, maybe 2 pairs.
Yeah.
But understand, NGC is going to charge you to grade all 2,000 coins, okay?
Each.
That's $15 a coin.
Wow.
But here's what
Okay.
happens. See, we know how to grade coins too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not professional. Well, we're not like NGC.
Right.
So we pre-grade the coins.
So you can select
So
which ones
we're
you
only
actually
send,
send.
so, you know, we've gone through hundreds of thousands of coins. We send them
Got it.
2,000 pre-screen coins. Now, just because we send them in doesn't mean they graded that.
Yeah.
Then their graders look at them. I still get a pile of pennies back, okay? That don't go in
But your
holes.
chances are better at least.
Yes, my chances are far better when I do that. So I think it's really important that we get a countdown on this because the quantity remaining on this is critically important.
Because the difference here is this is not a situation where you say, I'm going to come back next week and bring you 1,000
I mean, I'll
more.
do my best. I mean, I'll do my best to come back next week with these, but I don't think so. That 320, I mean, those are going to fly out of here at $199. There's not a place you can find them for less money.
Yeah.
For that, for the pair, for the Mint State 67 pairs. It's going to be massive, like I said. And part of that is you know, we've already sold 200 of these. Okay, we've already sold 200 of these pairs.
6 minutes.
In 6 minutes, so
Yeah.
that's a huge deal. We're still crazy busy from the rolls and the Mint State 66s at $79.95 a pair. Like I said, hopefully I'll be able to bring the next show. I'll be able to do the Mint State 68 pair. I'll bring that in for $2,000 or $2,500.
Okay.
But I have to get a D-minted penny. So I have some P's. I don't have any D's at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
And so that is NGC, certified Mint State 67. Understand, just absolutely spectacular. Continue to call. That's the buy of the show in terms of pure value.
Okay.
I mean,
And-
the rolls are the funnest ones, great pricing.
We are going to let you know when this one does sell out, but just know you can call us. You can go to our website, hsn.com. We have a free app you can download, or you can scan that QR code. So we have activated every opportunity.
Also, if you're on the web,
Yes.
you get it in your cart.
Yeah, you have to check out though.
Thank you.
I've done this so many times.
It happened to
where
me.
It's in my cart. I think it's mine. I'll come back and get it. Somebody else bought it. It's gone. Happens to the best of us, Mike.
Yes.
All right, that's good. I'm glad you brought that up. Fair warning, everyone. Now, when we speak to limited quantity, I have how many of these? About 80.
Oh, okay. We've sold 40 without talking about them.
Oh, no. I had 87 like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 dozen left. This is your, holy cow, proof perfect 70 here. Highest grading you can get for a
Okay,
proof
so
coin.
those are all
Wow.
Philadelphia and Denver mints.
Okay.
Okay, they make hundreds of millions of those.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You know how many they make of this coin? 400,000.
Wow.
Because it only comes in the proof set. And
Okay.
it's San Francisco Mint.
Okay.
2025 proof set.
She's a beauty.
And it's perfect. Certified perfect 70.
Pretty.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she's a
goodness.
beaut.
She's gorgeous.
She's a beaut.
Oh, man.
Now, so here's the thing about 2025. The 2025 proof set is, I think, going to be one of the greatest proof sets ever made by the United States Mint. They're going to make 420,002.
Okay.
Don't understand, that's just what the United States Mint said. They're making 420,002. Maybe the president got 2 sets.
Yeah,
I don't know.
sure, who
Somebody
knows?
got 2 extra sets somehow. So 420,002. It's not sold out yet, but it will. And so here's the thing. At 420,000 makes it one of the rarest proof sets made by the United States Mint to start with.
Wow.
Secondly, we're going to have, I don't know if this can be the last proof penny, because next year is what they call the semi-quincentennial. It's the 250th anniversary of the United States Mint.
Oh.
The set next year, the 2026 set, is going to be mind-blowing. They've already announced the Kennedy $50. I've been talking to you about that Kennedy $50.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking Kennedy off the $50. This is the last year with the Kennedy design that we've seen. Next year, Kennedy off for the 250th anniversary. Penny, going to be completely redesigned just for next year, and then that'll pay. So of the Lincoln cent, absolutely gone. Lincoln pennies, absolutely gone. I think they're changing the Sacagawea golden dollar. I think they're changing the nickel. I think they're changing the dime. Because this is that's the thing they've been waiting for, this 250th anniversary. So the 2025 is going to end up being one of the great proof sets. And to get this coin, I have to literally smash open one of those proof sets.
Oh my gosh.
I have to literally smash open one of those proof sets.
And then what happens to that set's value?
Well, then we have to grade the other coins and the rest of it, you know. And now, because the coins are becoming so valuable, it becomes, you can get more money breaking it open.
Wow.
Just sold out.
Okay, sold out. Congratulations.
I wish I had 2 or 3 or 4, 500, 1,000, but I can't get the proof sets.
I mean, I'm happy that you at least had it for the select few who were able to grab it. We will continue, though, bringing you these Lincoln cents. Take a look at this set now. So this is a total of 40 coins, uncirculated, Philadelphia, Denver Mint, plus the custom box. Why the years, for those of us who don't know much? We've got 2009 and then 2010 to 2025.
Okay. It's very specific reasons for this.
Okay.
In 2000, so they changed the design of the Lincoln cent every 50 years.
Okay.
1909, 1959. 1959, 2009.
Okay.
And in 2009, for the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent, they did 4 different Lincoln cents that year.
Oh.
And it was all honoring President Lincoln. So it was his birth year, so it has the log cabin, his formative years, his time in Congress, and his presidency. And you have Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint of each one of those coins.
Nice.
Okay, so you have the transition year. That's the only time they've ever done the transition. So you get those all Philadelphia and Denver Mint. By the way, the Congress and presidency ones are the hardest ones to get, okay? And then in 2010, they started what is called the Shield cent, so the 3rd design.
Okay.
That's the one they're ending. So we take it from 2010 to 2025. This is the last. This is the entire series of the last series of Lincoln cents. So if you did a complete set of wheat pennies in brilliant uncirculated condition like this, it'd probably run you $500,000. Okay, and in a Lincoln Memorial cents complete set is going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Okay, this set with the boxes at $79.95. Let me explain something to you. The box, these holders, these are called airtight, and look how this does. See, just pop that. There's a little hole right there.
Custom boxes.
Yeah, see, just pop that out, and then that pops out. And I put it backwards.
Wow.
They put them in upside down. Oh. There's a little thing that you pop there, and then it just pops right out so you can have it. Those holders are 59 cents a piece.
Look at that.
If you buy those are 59 cents a piece.
Yep.
Those are what are called direct fit airtight holders. There's 40 of those.
Man.
$22.50 just in the holders.
That's a great way to break it down.
Okay, just in the holders that you have. So you got the transition coins from 2009. There's 8 of those coins because they did 4 different designs. Okay, and then they started in 2000, and you get the Philadelphia Mint and Denver Mint, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way through 2025, the last of the Lincoln cents. That's the last design, the Shield cents, that they're going to make. The boxes are about $5. You got $35, $30.
Before you've even gotten to the coins?
Before you even get to the coins. and then those are all gem brilliant uncirculated.
Look at how cool that is.
Isn't
I've
that
never
cool?
seen that before.
Yeah, that's 2009. They were technically supposed to be released. That one's called formative years. That one's called, and there's actually a really cool error where he has an extra finger.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
yeah,
neat.
that's right. That sells for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And so you get the entire thing. So this is the last of the Lincoln cents. This is the last of the Lincoln cents. So that Shield cent is the last design, the last Lincoln cent, the last design, every single one of them. Gem Brilliant Uncirculated, Philadelphia Mint, and Denver Mint. Now, I don't know. I think we had maybe 300 or 400 or 500 of these, something like that.
And so this is the first airing, right? You haven't been able to air this yet. So you're all getting first dibs on this.
Oh, good.
if you'd like to grab it. Yeah, so that definitely gives you an opportunity. Flex payment on this is fantastic. $26.66. I mean, what an opportunity. I don't know in the world of coin collecting anywhere else that you can go and say, I'm just gonna give you a third of that price, but I wanna take these home with me right now.
Right, and here's that shield cent. That's the reverse that they've been making since 2010.
Oh, yeah.
So this is all of the Philadelphia and Denver minted shield cents. This is the complete collection plus the transition 2009 year that you have there
I wonder what kind of work it would take to get this kind of collection on your own.
Well, first of all, you got to have to spend $35 or so just for the packaging.
Yeah.
If you can get it. Okay, 35, and this comes with a little, this comes with a top. I mean, you know, these are nice display boxes. So you're gonna spend 35, 40 bucks at least just to get that. Then you gotta hunt down each and every one of these cents individually.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I can do this price is I can buy them by the rolls or by the bags so that I can get enough of these, okay?
Yeah.
If you buy them individually, you're easily gonna spend $2 to $3 per coin.
Yeah.
Because they just don't do those individually.
You've got
so
40
now,
coins
and you got 40
here.
coins here. So now you're $80 or $120 just to get the coins, another $40 or $50 in the packaging, and all of a sudden, before you know it, for you to try to put this together, you're $130, $140, $150, and we make it easy at $79.95.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with pricing on this kind of thing once we get into next year and there are no more pennies being made. And those of you who shopped early,
just wait till we get to the holidays.
Yeah, fair point.
Wait till we get to the
because that's right at the end.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
Right here at HSN, I'm gonna sell 50 tons of pennies between now and the holidays.
Yeah.
50 tons of pennies, maybe 100 tons. We just sold a ton. We have literally sold here in this hour over a ton, literal ton of pennies.
It's been very
okay,
busy.
because it is the very last year. So people are saying, well, they're making another batch of blanks. How long do you think that lasts when all the banks do and all the armored car companies do, all they're doing is send me 5 times as many pennies as you ever have.
Sure.
They're basing how long it's going to last on what it has done in the past. That is not what's happening today. Yeah. What's happening today is an entirely different situation. It's an entirely different situation. What we have now, and I've been doing this for 50 years.
Yeah.
We are just at the start of this. Okay.
Supply and demand, you guys.
This is just at the start of this.
Right.
Okay. So, you know, we're just now able to put together, you know, since at this point we can still find some of these already. Like this is called L3. This is the version 3. That already L3 is really hard to find.
Really?
You know, all of a sudden L3 is really hard to find. Then all of a sudden, then it's going to be L1, and then L2, then L3, then L4, and then all of a sudden, you can't find 2012s or 13s or 14s or 15s.
Because people start scrambling to try and add.
Or they were released into circulation, and understand I had to get original bankrolls to guarantee every single one of these coins is gem brilliant uncirculated. Plus, you get all the Philadelphia mints and all the Denver mints.
Right.
So, you know, by the time it's the completeness of this.
Instant collection.
That's exactly right. With one call, you get them all. And to have these transition coins, like I said, most people don't even know these exist. Those are some of my favorite coins. That one's called Formative Years. That was the second coin in the set. First one's obviously Log Cabin.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That was his birth years. Formative years right there. Then you have him going to Congress right here. That's this one, heading off to Congress. And then you have the presidency where you have the White House.
Very, very cool. I hope you grab yours. I mean, truly, don't wait until the last minute, until the holidays. We don't want to do that, right? You want to get it while you can. Use FlexPay. Once again, this is going to be your best bet to get it now and just pay that off over time. So in this case, $26.66, and it's on its way to you immediately. So we've shown you all the pennies, all the Lincoln cents. We're going to move on now and talk about the limited edition John F. Kennedy half dollars.
This is the 2025. So, okay, so we've been selling. We had the first day of issue, which completely sold out.
Yeah.
First release is 1,000 something. How many we have left? That's the entire quantity left. 500 maybe?
Somewhere around 500, right? Yeah, about 500.
Now, here's the thing. So I sold all the first day of issues. I sold all the first releases, speculating that something might happen next year with the Kennedy half dollar. In the interim of the last show that I had and this show, the United States Mint made the official announcement.
What was that?
They are taking John F. Kennedy off the half dollar for 2026. So the
Wow.
Kennedy half dollar has looked just like this since 1964.
And this will be the last time, the last year.
The
it
last
will look
year
like this.
with this right here. Now, what they
Okay.
said is 2026, they're taking him off entirely for the 250th anniversary half dollar.
Wow.
2027, they're anticipating putting him back on with a complete redesign.
Okay.
Okay?
So if you're purchasing this, you get the last year of this design.
And I
also.
told everybody, if they actually change the Kennedy, because I was just guessing, okay, based on 50 years of experience, then this thing is going to be $100, $120, $150 from the proof set, because there's only 400,000 of these coins. Here's the thing. Once I put my pricing into HSN, it stays there till that's gone.
It gets locked in.
So we got that extra information. We got that information about the ending of the Kennedy half dollar, and doing that whole thing, my price remains the same.
That's wild.
Okay?
Wow.
For these final 500 coins. Now, what's going to happen is the 2025 proof sets, the government's already in a limited situation in how many of those are available.
Okay.
Already in a limited situation on those. When that proof set sells out, I think it's $40.25 directly from the United States Mint for the 10-coin proof set. That will go to $70 overnight and probably end up at $100 or $120 a set. Just for the proof set. Now take out the Kennedy half dollar. Now grade it, proof 70 perfect, okay? Then do first release and individually number it, and now you got something.
I mean, that's like every designation you could want.
All the designations. So it
Yeah.
has all of those designating factors of desirability and collectability, and it still has the price before we got the information of the end of the Kennedy half dollar as we know.
Wow, what an opportunity. Just about 500 of you will be able to take advantage of that.
I
though.
suspect it's more like 400 now.
Yeah, so I would say, I mean, again, many ways to get in. I know we're very busy. If you happen to be on the phone and you're on hold and you don't want to be, I'm gonna recommend grab your cell phone, your tablet, your iPad, whatever you have near you, open up the camera and aim it at the QR code on your screen. A link will pop up, tap the link, it will take you directly to the item we're currently presenting, so you can drop it into your cart, but you do have to follow through and check out for it to be secured for you. If you just leave it in your cart and we get down to final quantities like we have already a couple of times in the
Lincoln
hour,
sold out.
somebody buys
How
it,
many
it's
of these?
gone. We've already sold 60 in the last couple minutes,
In like 2 minutes.
490 left. We started with
Yeah.
557.
Yeah,
Wow.
and we're already on fire. Because you have to understand the significance of this being the proof coin.
Okay.
So understand, this is out of the proof set. The proof set in and of itself. So I've sold proof 70 Kennedy half dollars for years at this price. This is what we sell them for. But now you have the fact that it's 2025, going to be one of the rarest proof sets, and it's the last year of the Kennedy half dollar, this Kennedy half dollar design. Now all of a sudden the desirability of this coin
Sure.
has doubled, tripled, quadrupled, yet my price for this batch remains the same. Let's say the United States Mint sells out of the 2025 proof set,
Okay.
which I think could happen in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, I'm buying 1,000 a week.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, so that we have coins available to be able to do this. So then all of a sudden, if that coin set, if that set gets to $100, then I got to charge $150 for this, and I'll sell it.
Right.
Okay, it won't be first release. Okay, this is first release. Once these sell out, you'll never see
That's
first release again. Just like first day of issue. Once the first day of issue sell out, you know, then those are gone. I had the Lincoln cents to this at the same price, 79. Those are all gone. You know, same numbers of, those are all gone. The Kennedy is the sleeper out of that set to me. The Kennedy is the massive sleeper out of that set, is what it comes down to, since they announced the end of the Kennedy, and you're getting it proof, and you're getting it perfect. Understand, this is the S-minted coin, so it's not the regular issue Kennedy half dollar. This is the S-minted coin that you have there. So that is a spectacular
It looks
opportunity.
like liquid.
Isn't it?
Look at
Isn't it
that.
absolutely stunning? Wait till the silver comes out this week. I'll bring in the silver.
Wow.
In 70, that's going to be like $249.
Oh my gosh. And, you know, to Mike's point, when he brings these in and they are put into our system and we have a certain quantity, it stays at that price. It could go on sale, but it can't go up. And rarely do the coins go on sale.
Right, right.
But my point being, when this batch goes, and if Mike comes back and he has more, granted, they won't be first released, but
Right.
the pricing is based on what it was at the moment he brought it to us. So we do get lucky from time to time when something like this, the news comes out that Kennedy's going away next year, then all of a sudden the demand goes way up.
Our
And the price
stays
the same.
Exactly the
That
same.
is a very rare opportunity.
For the last 400.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So that's why people are buying multiples. People are getting
Makes
this because
sense.
it's now a historically significant thing that is happening. So now we have something that is historically significant. So the Kennedy half dollars looked exactly like this since 1964.
Wow.
So from 1964 to 2025. So we're basically 61 years of Kennedy half dollar design is ending with this coin right here. Is ending
And
with
that's-
this coin right here.
that's
It is a
news?
critically important coin for you to get for your collection.
Sure. So definitely don't miss this opportunity. We're down to the final, 350 and counting backwards at this point.
Pretty
So
quickly,
if
I
you
would
do
assume.
want to get it, that will go tonight for sure. We'll keep you posted on that one when it does sell out. So definitely stay tuned with us. But just a reminder, if you put that into your shopping cart online, you have to actually check out all the way before you have reserved yours. So make sure you do that. Also, while you're shopping with us, if you'd like to enjoy some extra perks, perhaps extra flex payments, maybe you want to save another $15 today on your purchase, I would recommend you look into the HSN credit card right now when you apply. Once you're approved, we're going to give you $15 to put towards your purchase. But everybody with a card gets extra flex payments.